Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of There's Beer at Home. We are in a new era. We are doing, what are we doing this morning? What are we doing today? What are we drinking this morning? Early Bird by Coronado Brewing. Cream ale brewed with Bird Rock coffee. Easily the worst flavor of coffee. And ginger. So, see, I brought a glass for you this time, so you don't complain no more. And this is my glass. Ooh. The tiniest pint glass in the town. I'm Timmy Tungsten, and I have the tiniest tankard in the town. It's light. It's good. It's crisp. Today, we are doing chocolate donuts.
Not chocolate donuts. Chocolate covered donuts.
Chocolate covered donuts. Gordon Ramsay. Fucking shit! Fresh ginger. Probably Chinese ginger, because that's all this country has. Everything this country has is Chinese, in fact.
For 2 minutes and you're already
being racist. You walked in on the wrong context. The only good communist is a dead communist. But you're gonna get your ginger, you're gonna scrape it off with a spoon. Gets in the little crevices. Peel it. Once you have it all peeled, slice up super thin. I would use a mandolin here. Your ginger is all sliced up. Put whatever amount that was in a pot. Fill in water just to cover it, and now you're gonna boil that for like 10 minutes. Strain all that out. You are done with the first step in the ginger candy making process. Ginger Chronicles. Excellent. Strained ginger that's softened up. Put that in a pot. 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm sorry, that's not right. Whatever you're gonna do for water, you're gonna do the same amount of sugar. I know it sounds excessive, but that's the recipe. Water, for me it was 2 cups. Sugar, which for me was 2 cups. Here's the part where you really can't mess up if you have a candy thermometer. Any thermometer that can get up to 225 degrees. And if you don't have a thermometer, you're an anarchist, you really don't want to buy anything of the new age, you can look at the bubbles. Once they get nice and small and they're all at the right amount, you fucking ruined it, because you don't want to spend $11 on a thermometer. And once it gets to 225, strain that ginger out, right? But this liquid you really want to keep. Do not throw this shit out. The byproduct, which is ginger simple syrup. And I'm all about byproduct, to get something extra that I was not expecting. Just like a byproduct of doing cocaine in high school is that you'll never get a good night's rest again. So you're gonna get chocolate chips, double boiler. You put any sort of cook-safe pot on top of a pot of simmering water. Temper your chocolate, which is a fancy word for melt it correctly. Put in your coffee of choice. I used a little Café Bustelo. It's a tiny little thing. You get like K-cups. Just make coffee. Use whatever cold brew, use any coffee you want, but pour some of that coffee in the chocolate. It looks gross. Give it some time. Once that's kind of evened out, mellowed, and you kind of have like a clean sheen on it, now you're gonna put in some ginger syrup. That's gonna add a little bit of that spiciness and a lot of that sweetness. Pillsbury Doughboy cans. Pop those bad boys open. You can make the dough for this, but I don't want to. What are you trying to prove, you know? Here's the secret. You're going to press a bottle cap in the middle of it. That's gonna make a tiny little donut hole in the middle of this dough. You're gonna drop it in some oil. And this, I know, I fry a lot of things. Just get it fried. You'll just be having biscuits with chocolate on top of them if you bake them, really. It's very low heat, because these things brown in a millisecond. They gotta hit the fryer bubbling, because that's kind of how frying works. And then as soon as you drop them, bring that shit down, because it will burn. Donuts are done. Dip it in that chocolate ganache. Up. Wait for the creme. Heavy cream, and you're gonna put that in a bowl. Whip it up, put it in a piping bag. That's what I did. Or you can buy those Whip It cans. And then you not only have food, but you have a little fun afterward. Wink. Those soft gingers. They're not candied ginger technically. You're gonna toss it in some sugar, and then you're gonna chop it up real small. Tiny. Don't wanna use too much of it. You're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of that on top. Pipe in your cream, and I think that was it. And now you have a early bird special. I have plenty of ginger syrup later to put in all your sweets and teas with your big round glasses and your cats and your nice rooms full of plants. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. We're back stronger than ever. Expect another video in 2 months. Guys and girls, bring in those W's in the new year. Check your flanks. Be nice to each other this year. Comment TSS. This shit sucks. Comment TSS if you saw this whole video and you got to the end. I love you guys. Thank you, Jasmine, for the There's Beer at Home cutting board that made the intro. She's sweet. She's my cousin. And if you're a nice, young, strapping man who
looks like Army Hammer.
Somewhere near Army Hammer, yeah, the dinosaur guy, the Jurassic Park, Chris Pattinson. If you're any one of those two guys, hit her up.
Ooh, that's a bingo.